Okay, we are live. Well, we want to say from Navasota Intermediate all the way in Navasota, Texas, these are our fifth graders here today.
Okay, hey everybody. Jerome Singleton, the champ is here. Just excited to see y'all today. Excited to take on some questions. Anything you want to know, I'll probably ask you some questions at the end so we can, get to know each other a little bit better.
Okay, great. We'll start with our first one.
Hi, my name is Ariana Gonzalez, and my question is, how does it feel to be an Olympian?
Oh man, I'm actually a Paralympian. It's for people with physical disabilities. So it's a mixture of like blind athletes, uh, wheelchair athletes who might have a spinal cord injury, people who have cerebral palsy, so like their arms may not work all the way, and people like myself who are amputees and I'm missing a foot. It's truly a blessing to be a Paralympian, knowing that I'm coming from one of the best nations in the world, and we're just so big. If we look at Europe, they have a whole bunch of countries. That's almost like a state when you come to the U.S. So to go out there and be able to represent my country is just truly a blessing. And know that I have people like you all behind me supporting me just makes it even better. So we can win together.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ramaya, and my question is, what did you do to get into the Olympics?
Oh, so how you doing, Ramaya? What I did to get into the Paralympics, actually each year we have a nationals. So I had to go to a nationals in Indiana in 2012, and you bring some of the best athletes from around the country, and the top three athletes make the team, and we get a chance to go on to like London, and 2008 was Beijing, and I guess the next move is trying to go to Rio. So we'll see what it takes. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication, and having people who are like in your corner. I think a lot of times you may see us on the line, like you see the athlete on the line, like you say in Bolt or a Tyson Gate, and you say, man, they must have just worked really hard. But there's so many people behind us. There's our track coaches, there's our nutritionists, there's our weight trainers, there's our training partners, and in your family, everybody plays a role to keep you motivated and help you go to that next level.
Thank you.
No time.
Hi, my name's Kaylani,
Hi, my name is Lena.
and we pretty much had the same question. So, how long and how hard did you need to train to get to the Olympics?
Oh man, how hard and how long did I train? Honestly, I think when it goes to becoming a Paralympian or Olympian, it starts out when you're a kid, like your age in fourth grade. When you're playing with your friends outside, you're being more active. You start finding out things that you're pretty good at. I found out that I was decently fast. I never considered myself that fast, but I knew if I trained hard, I would have a chance at it. Um, I joined my first track team in middle school, in seventh grade. I actually did that because I had an older sister. So like I said, your older brothers and older sisters can influence you, and it can be a positive role model or a negative. I was blessed to have a positive one, just like I expect all y'all are to y'all younger brothers and sisters. And she got me into track. She was a hurler. I became a hurler, and it went from there. I didn't know I was going to be a track athlete. I actually leaned more towards basketball and football. I was pretty decent at football. I would have played in college, but I found out about Paralympics in 2006. And when I tried out for the team, they cut me, and it was pretty tough. But it showed me that I should train hard and really get on, really get invested with the right people around me, have a good support group, and working hard and putting in time really got me there. What I can say now is I normally put in about 4 to 6 hours a day of training, Monday through Friday. So it gets me right. Get right for the summer.
Thank you. My name is Navi, and my question is, who inspired you to be a champion?
Man, who inspired me to be a champion? Um, you can be inspired by so many people. I think just being part of classroom champions and seeing what y'all are doing in your schools and seeing what y'all gonna do in your community and knowing that the future is bright. Sometimes I think that the people our age and older, we might have messed up things for y'all, but we expect y'all to fix it. And I really have hope that y'all will fix it. Other things I did is I had my father. He was a really good role model for me. But outside of that, any avenue that I wanted to be successful in, I would like put it in on Google, and I would find someone. And when I found that person, I would look at their biography, and I say, so what did they do to get to where they are today? And that's really helped me. In track, I like Jesse Owens. In physics, I like to. Well, I guess in physics, I liked a guy named, what's his name? Um, let's say Isaac Newton. Let's keep it easy. I like Isaac Newton. But a lot of times I just looked at people, let's say if I wanted to be an engineer, I found an engineer that was in a couple years ahead of me. There's actually a guy named Mario Ball. He was maybe 2 or 3 years older than me. But when I went to college, he gave me his class schedule, and he showed me the different internships and things he did to be successful. And that's really helped me out over the time.
Hello, my name is Jalen, and whenever you feel down, how do you feel inspired to keep going?
Oh man, there's been a couple times that I felt down. That first time when I tried to play, when I got cut for the Paralympics, I don't know if you've seen a grown man cry, but I think that did. Like, I think with my eye or something, I don't know, I was worried up a little bit, and it was tough. But I knew that at that moment, I didn't put myself totally in the best environment to succeed. I didn't try. It came down to effort. And when it comes to effort, only you know how hard you're trying and how much work you're truly putting in. And I had to, put more effort and really get people around me that were going to support me. Another time I had a hard time was I went to Morehouse, and there I majored like in math and applied physics. I did internships like at NASA. I was at NASA. It was crazy. I went to CERN, and that's in Geneva, Switzerland. So it shows you that academics can take you around the world just like athletics. But when I went to the University of Michigan, and after my first year, my grades dropped like crazy. So I was so disappointed because I've always worked hard and did well in school. But in those times, I said, what makes me want to go further? And that's when you realize it's bigger than you. I said, so many people are watching us, and just by you becoming great and just by you pursuing your goals, you're going to make that next person be able to see greatness inside themselves. And just being out there and knowing that it's bigger than me has really helped me get through a lot of things.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and my question is, at what age did you fall in love with competition?
Man, what age? I think I was competing since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I'm from a big family. My dad was one of 15. That's a bunch of kids in a small small area. And then all my cousins, like we competed at a very young age. I knew that it mattered to me when I was probably about 6 or 7 because my dad telling me a story. Like I used to play basketball, and during the game, I had to use the bathroom, so I ran to the bathroom, right? And then he came inside and he told me, he was like, "Oh, y'all are losing now." And he said I started to get really frustrated and upset. So I knew that competing was really played a big role in my life at that time. But I compete not only in athletics, I could be in academics too. I always had a desire to, try to do the best in the class and get in really good study groups so, we could do well, and that was really fun for me too. Might as well be good on both sides of the coin. If I play the instrument, I'll try to be an instrument player too. But I think we all should try to do the best at it.
Thank you. My name is Carlos. How do you learn to run with a prosthetic leg?
When I learned a prosthetic leg, man, I actually had a birth defect. So when I was born, your shin bone in the front, my shin didn't grow all the way. So they amputated me when I was 1.5. So this is all I know. I've had a prosthesis for a long time. A fun fact is, when I go to sleep at nighttime and I'm dreaming, like I still put on a prosthesis because that's all I really know. I think it's kind of weird. I think it would be weird to have 2 feet, to be honest with you. That's just, I don't know. I think of it now, like if I'm ironing my clothes and my iron falls off the board and it falls on my right foot, I'm good. I don't worry about it. But if I had 2 feet, I'd be good. But I've been on a prosthesis for a long time. I got my running prosthesis in 2007, and that's taken a while to get used to. But I'm pretty decent at it right now.
Wow, thank you.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Amy, and my question is, what have your largest challenges been?
What have my largest challenges been? Oh, man. Well, a big one is I was an introvert. Like I really was quiet and kept to myself. So doing things like this kind of scares me a little bit before I do it. But I've really just tried to do a lot of work in that. School was hard for me at one time, and that's because I try to do it all on my own. I didn't ask for help. So I think another big thing was I was afraid to ask for help. But sometimes we have to be humble and say, we can't get through this by ourselves. And we have our teachers, and our teachers are really invested in our success, and they really help us if we have any questions. So one thing I used to do is I used to sit far in the back of the class. And when I sat in the back of the class, whenever I would raise my hand, everybody would turn around and stare at me. Then I got nervous. I was like, man, everybody's worried about what I'm saying. But when I sat in the second row or something, I could raise my hand, and then I was like I'm having a conversation with the teachers. And if you're gonna laugh at me behind my back, I don't care because I can't see you. But yeah, those are things that I've had to help with. Another challenge I recently had was I ended up hurting a couple years ago. I hurt my foot, and it was about 2 months before the World Championships. So I was pretty down. I was like, man, I just hurt my foot before the World Championships. How am I going to be successful? But then it's when I talk about you have to have guts, intestinal fortitude, and that's when I really pushed through and just believe that it's going to be okay. Because things work out. It's just how long will it take before they work out?
Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, my name is George, and how did you get chosen to be our classroom champion?
What do you say?
How did you get chosen to be our classroom champion?
Oh, man. I think y'all probably had the first pick of the draft, and that's why you got me. But I really had a chance to be blessed to know Steve Messler, and he gave me an opportunity to be a part of this program. And I was just really excited. I'm just actually excited that y'all decided to be part of Classroom Champions. I'm just, it's been really fun. I enjoy seeing what y'all do, and keep up the great work. Like I said, I expect y'all to be the next champions. So when you go out there, strive to be the best at whatever you do. And then maybe one day, which I'm looking forward to, y'all will be doing the same message to new classrooms. in that next year.
Thank you for being our classroom champion. My name is April, and have you ever felt hopeless?
Um, there are times that I did feel hopeless. When I talk about when I was at the University of Michigan and I came back and my grades dropped, I was up in Michigan. See, I'm from South Carolina, so I'm not. Where are y'all at again? Y'all in Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So this is one thing. In South Carolina and Texas, it's hot. It's normally very warm. When it snowed maybe 7 times when I was growing up, and all my family was from South Carolina. So when I went to Michigan, it was winter time. It snowed from Thanksgiving until like May. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I actually thought that a white Christmas was a myth when I was a kid. I just thought that Santa Claus. I've only snowed in the North Pole for some reason. But when my grades came back and I really struggled at that time, winter time was hard for me. I lost a lot of weight. I was missing home because I was there by myself, and I had no family up north. And then that was the first time I really struggled academically. So I felt very hopeless at that time. I still remember the time when I was actually in my apartment, and I was just sitting down saying, like, why am I doing this to myself? I said I wanted to quit. At that time, I really wanted to quit. I said I wanted to quit. I want to go on. So I just finished up math and physics. I just want to go on to the next thing of my life. I said, but in that time of hopelessness, there's always like a glimmer of light. There's always somebody there that's going to see something in you that you didn't see in yourself. I had different mentors at Michigan that brought me in like a family. They brought me in and really tried to support me, and that helped out a lot. And I said, thinking about that what I did was bigger than me and that it could really impact that next person was very important, because we all need to look into ourselves and say, who deserves the best? And if you don't think that you deserve the best, it's going to be hard to go forward, because we all do deserve the best for ourselves and best for everybody around us. Treat others like you want to be treated, and so you have to treat yourself well first before you can do that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hi, my name is Maria, and my question is, what is the best thing you have done in your life?
Oh, man. I never like to say they're the best thing that I've done in my life, because I think life keeps going, and I'm going to keep on trying to improve over time. I've been blessed to have a lot of opportunities while I've been growing up. So I've been able to travel with Paralympics. I think that joining the Paralympic movement and really being introduced to new friends has really played a big role in my life. I think having the opportunity to share my story and to hear your stories has played a big role in my life. I think that it's only going to get better, and that's how I look at things. I look at improvement. I'm like, okay, this may be good this year, but what are you going to do next year that's going to make what last year seem like it's nothing? So hopefully things just continue to improve. My goal right now is to win some gold medals.
Hi, my name is Donovan. My question is, how many medals have you won?
Oh, man. International medals, I've probably won 10. I won 6 World Championship medals. I've won 2 Paralympic medals, and I won 2 Pan medals. I actually have a couple with me. I carry like 4 with me just in case I want to. In case people don't believe me.
Can we see it?
Yeah, This is from 2008. This is my silver I got in the 100 meter. On the back of the Olympic medals, it's different from Olympic medals. I don't even know if you can see it. Oh, I'm getting close. It's close to the screen, and it is. Maybe you can see it. It's there's braille on the back of the Paralympic medals. Those are for the blind athletes. Then we have a gold medal. I got this in Beijing from the relay. You can't even see it's gold. Too much brightness. But then there's gold from the World Championships. This is when I became the fastest amputee in the world. And then there's this gold from the last World Championship when we broke the world record in the relay. So I'm gonna show you the progress. What happens in 2008? This is the size of the medal. In 2011, it gets bigger. In 2013, it gets even bigger. So by 2016, I'm probably gonna have a clock around my neck, like 20.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh no.
My name is Drake. How did you become successful?
How did I become successful? Man, success is what you consider it. I think that you can be successful in different things. I've actually just really tried to do my best at anything that I've gotten into. So like if I'm in class and it's time for a test or to do my homework, I try to do my best the first time that I do it. Even though I may know that you might have a second chance at things, you only get one chance to give a first impression. So I always try to make sure my first impression is the best impression. I think by having a lot of people around me and surrounding myself with positive role models and positive friends, that's has played a big role. When I went to college, actually everybody that was in my inner group, here's something that you may not know. Like the 5 people you hang out with the most, if you take their average, that's probably you. So if you're hanging out with people who are doing a whole bunch of crazy things, there's a good chance you're doing crazy things. So you might want to step away from those individuals. But when I was in college, I was in a group where everybody had a desire to do well. So when it came to summers and us doing our internships and getting to travel, and if you didn't do your internship, you had nothing to talk about at the table when you came back. When it comes to athletics, since I try to put myself around a lot of people who like really want to take it seriously and really want to push our bodies to the next level, and it's not just to be the best in athletics, it's a health thing too. As we get older, we want to make sure that we're healthy so that we can, if we have kids, one day I plan on having kids, not today at all, not today at all. But I want to be able to play with them and have a good time. So it's just a desire to be successful, not for yourself, but for others too. Because someone can look at your future and know that it's possible and say, okay, one day I can do that because I don't have to reinvent the wheel because I've seen someone do it before me. And that's what I did. I made sure I didn't reinvent the wheel.
Thank you.
No
Hey, we have 3 more questions. Do you have time for just 3 more?
Oh, you got it.
Okay, great.
My name is Jamar, and my question is, how fast are you compared to Usain Bolt?
Oh man, it depends. If he's jogging, I'll blast him. It'll be really easy. But right now, you're saying Bolt. I think he can run 27 miles per hour. I think my top speed is about 22 miles per hour. So I could break the school speed limit in the parking lot.
Thank you.
Especially.
Hi, my name is Alejandro,
Mhm.
and did you have good grades and did you behave in school when you're in school?
It was actually a mixed bag. When I was growing up, My grades were pretty good in elementary school and middle school. In high school, I think I might have been right at a 3.0, right at a B average. When I went to college and I really started to study and take things real seriously, it helped out a lot. I think that when it comes to doing well in school, what I've learned is if we try to learn as much as possible in each class, it becomes more enjoyable. And when you go to your next class, it becomes a lot easier. And I've seen that. Like I've gotten a C in a class before, and then when I went to, let's say I was in Algebra 1 and I got a C, when I went to Algebra 2, I had a very hard time catching up. So unless I was going to do, I had to do extra work to get there. But what I can say is when I went from like that 3.0, 3.1, it was really high since it was over a 4.0 when it got inflated. So when you take like honors classes, they inflate your grades when you go to high school. So try to get in your honors classes so you can get the most out of it. But when I went to college, I finished up with a 3.85. So it was pretty decent. And that's because I really studied. I wasn't afraid to put in that hard work. You know, getting home, we can't just want to. I was want to play with my friends and go to sleep, and that didn't work too well when it came to trying to get your your homework done. But we can all improve, and that's the biggest thing. No matter where you're at now, you can always improve and do well. And when it comes to that, if we don't have the grades, they won't let us play. So if you're trying to play a sport, you're not going to play if you don't have the grades. If you're going to try to be on your band, they probably won't. They won't let you play unless you get the grades. It's always nice to have that backup plan. And for me, academics was my backup plan. And that's because I knew if I succeeded academically, no matter what happened, they can never take away that knowledge from me. Right now, they're giving you free knowledge. You better just soak it in like a sponge. And it's truly important. Y'all have great teachers. I've seen them.
Thank you.
No problem.
So my name is Brian. My question is, what is your fastest event in time?
So the 100, I run 11.1. In the 200 meter, I run 22.3 seconds. And in the for about 100 meter, we went 40.7 seconds in the 400 meter. And in that 400 meter relay, I mean the relay, there was a total of 3 legs because one guy was missing both his legs. And the rest of us were missing 1 leg.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, that's fast.
Well, Jerome, that's all the questions we had for you.
Okay.
Well, there is one
Okay. So we wanted to say for doing a Google Hangout with us today. We really appreciate getting to talk with you and getting to learn a little bit more about you and your story.
That's what's up. I really enjoyed it. If y'all have questions outside of this hangout, don't be afraid to ask. You know, I'm willing to share any way I can. And if I don't know the answer, I'll see if I can find someone who does know the answer. We're all in this together. From the beginning, I said we want to become champions, and we want to do this together. There's no need for this one person to learn these skills. I really want y'all to take this back. I really want y'all to share it with the rest of your schools. I wanted you to share it with your families. I want you to share it with your friends, and then you could be that champion in that community also. And y'all just talked about community, and we need leaders in our community, and I expect y'all to be those leaders with the help of everybody in this room. So,
well, cool. Thank you again so much, Jerome. We appreciate you giving us some of your time.
I'll see you.